Who is forcing you to work for Narayan Murthy? The question is, why are you working in the place we're working? If you don't like it, just give the notice and come out. This is democracy, you walk away. There is no slavery here. You don't have guts to walk away. Build one more Microsoft or build one more Infosys. Who is stopping you?
It comes from being able to have that risk-taking ability comes from privilege as well.
Then don't talk. You understand, तेरी जगह तेरे को समझ में आना चाहिए. You are sitting in a traffic jam and you're cribbing about it.
You are the traffic.
That is what it is, right? See, people are so utterly confused between right and privilege. If they understand that working at a place is a privilege, the whole tone is different. Now they talk as if it is their right.
And since moving to US, you have leaned more towards the capitalism side. And also you told me that Marx is a little misunderstood. You said that in the context of the respect dynamic between the employee and the employer.
Yes.
Tell me more about it.
See, basically, right, थाली बजने के लिए दो हाथ चाहिए, right? One is employer, one is employee, right? For example, if you see...
How did Karl Marx define this relationship?
Equal. Both are equal. Both are needed. Both are essential part. They both should be equal. So that's what it is. But the thing is, the way, whether it is 1917, Russian Revolution, or people, Maoism, or when people understood in India, all this, right? So now they look at from the point of view as who has the power. They are looking from on the context of power. But that's not the right way.
They're also thinking that the one who has power is also the evil guy. Recently.
Absolutely. Yes, power. The guy who don't have power can be evil too.
It's a very interesting thought process. I'll share it with you. I'm sure you've heard of it. But Jordan Peterson says a good man is not someone who is incapable of violence. A good man is someone who is capable of violence but chooses not to do. Because someone who is not capable does not have the strength to overpower someone. Someone who voluntarily chooses to not overpower someone and respect their dignity. That's the definition of a good person. For some people, that's very archaic and very savage definition.
No, that is true. I fit into that model very well, and I think a lot about it. The point is this, right? We are all animals. The whole social models evolved over 2000 years, how societies are built, how religion or faith or jurisdictions, laws, constitution has done to tame you, to coexist.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you got to coexist. We are a very unique species. Unlike animals, we have better stand of life because we are creative, we do everything, we are very selfish.
We try to create order out of chaos.
Right. And no, it's essential.
Yeah.
If there is no order, we would be perish like dinosaurs.
How to create mutual respect without dulling performance?
See, dignity is the key. यार हम बोलते हैं कि ना
इंडिया में डांट के काम कराया जाता है और डरा करके काम कराया जाता है. आई थिंक यूएस में भी काफी है.
नो वो तो होता है. आई एक्सप्लेन यू. नमस्कार के प्रति नमस्कार होती है. Right?
True.
That's how it should be, right? You got to have respect. Yes, some people only understands that way. They like it that way too. What can you do? यार मैं ये नहीं करते तो वो मुझे ये बोलता है. तो he does it because he wanted to do it, because he feels that it is a responsibility to do it. यार बोलते तो डांट पड़ता है बोल के कर रहे. What is right? Right? So, like when it comes to humans, right, this is a very complicated scenario, right? So, you have to set the tone of an organization, objective. The communication is key. See, it is not just the tool, right? The communication, the tone. For example, you are walking into a particular house or a temple, right? Why do we all remove chapel when we go into temple? Because the tone is set.
Structure.
Tone is set, right?
Yeah.
So, when you're coming to the work, right, you set a tone. What is accepted, what is not accepted. People will fall into it. People can be molded. One thing people do is that they mold themselves.
We can take the metro का example कि हर जगह लोग गुटखा थूक रहे हैं दिल्ली के अंदर,
right.
बट मेट्रो के अंदर ये आपको प्रैक्टिस नहीं मिलती.
अच्छी बात है, right? So that's where they set the tone.
It's a structure.
There is structure and set the tone, right? So for example, right, see, you take a story of one guy. He has to go to a police station and he has to go for a reception. Same guy. how would be his mindsets work? If he has to go to police station, wasn't लगता है उसको. If he's going to reception, he'll be very happy, jolly guy, right? Same guy. Depending on what he's going to do, his mood sets.
Yeah.
So when you come to workplace, you got to set the tone. It is the environment you got to create. Individually, कुछ भी होने दे. So somebody could be a misfit, then you got to excuse them. That's
Yes.
okay. At the end of the day, right? People are people, and leaderships come into the picture. See, why is that people are so devoted to people who they never met? They don't even know whether they exist, right?
We're talking about gods right now.
Gods are even leaders,
Oh, yeah.
right? For example, right?
Yeah.
So today नेहरू जी को गाली देता है वो तो नहीं है, right? कोई गांधी जी को रेस्पेक्ट देता है गाली देता है देर नहीं है. So that is leadership, right? They are not there right now, right? Somebody said they are there, right? For example, I can be argumentative about everything.
Yeah.
God also, right? But you're so devotional. You set the tone. So that means you can tame them into it, right? So management is complicated, a very complex subject, but dignity is very simple. Even a guy who needs somebody, he needs to be shouted at, but he does understand dignity, right? So something in business, you bring dignity, like that's what US does, right? US, we use all first names, right? We don't call sir, we don't have that kind of hierarchy there. UX is very much this.
It's our colonial hangover that makes us call everyone sir and a thing.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
It's a part of our psyche. We inherently think we're lower. I've seen.
Oh yeah, we are being made that way. Absolutely, yes.
We're chasing fairness for the sake of chasing fairness. Fair skin tone,
Yes.
because it's the aspirational class जो गोरा होता है.
No, that is true. Those are all part of the social conversations. These, like, you know what, for lack of any other better things, they do that. For example, right, if you take the American model, right? So, wife and husband has to work to pay their mortgage and car bills. Do you think these conversations become prevalent? वो गोरा है, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए. No. So,
They're just going about their day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, that's a luxury we have. A society which involves in this kind of gossip is the most luxurious society. Because time value of money. How will you value your time?
So we've seen Gen Zs complaining
About?
their. I'm sure you've seen these recent reels. They're calling out their employers a lot and just demonizing, vilifying them
Yeah.
lately. Where do you think criticism against the employers is fair, and sometimes they're just doing it for the sake
He's a
of it?
laughable man. See,
Really?
the thing is this. If you can do...
It's happening in India as well.
Yeah, see, it will happen everywhere. The reason is this, right? You want to bring down somebody, it's easy. You will do it. If you perceive that they are more powerful, right, you will put more shit on them. It's very natural, right? The question is, why are you working in the place we're working? If you don't like it, just give the notice and come out. Isn't it simple?
I would like to give emphasis to anyone who's watching till this point. Sir is a Democrat,
Yeah.
and he's still saying this.
No, absolutely. It's a respect, right? Dignity. See, more than anything, right? It's a human dignity.
Yeah.
You don't like a workplace, right? You exit, right? Now you want me to sympathize with you that yaar bahar nahi milta hai job. So where is sympathy, empathy, and all this comment? See, this is a very, very convoluted thinking. You want somebody to show pity on you, but you think you can make judgment on somebody? Taking one side, like you want somebody to feel pity on you, but now you want to call shots? How does that work? Logically, it doesn't work. So let's say you don't like your employer or your workspace, that's okay. Give the notice and
But
come
for
out.
example, in India, there's not that many jobs. In US, there is abundance of jobs. But in US, for example, people don't like working for Narayan Murthy and for the statements he's made. I'll get to my last question after this. Please elaborate on this. So people don't like Narayan Murthy, but they still being forced to work for him.
Okay, come on. See, look, now Narayan Murthy, I don't think anybody who is Narayan Murthy, just by investing 10 minutes of time,
Okay.
his journey from Europe and the risk taking attitude he had and the commitment he has towards the nation. And in my view, he's the only gentleman who deserves Bharat Ratna. And he is an impact person. And if I can say whatever I want, right? It's not going to matter. But if anybody want to really understand Narayan Murthy, right, take 10 minutes and read about the man and his journey. Now, who is forcing you to work for Narayan Murthy? This democracy, you walk away. You are not bonded labor.
But
There is no slavery here. You are talking as if you're terming, like in old days, we have slavery, generational slavery in India. You are not bound by anything. You walk away. You don't have guts to walk away. You rather go behind in a pseudonym and you just make some soundbite. That really doesn't matter, man. And these guys, like, you know what, if you have something like that, just ban 10 guys. Build one more Microsoft or build one more Infosys. Who is stopping you? You don't like something, that's fine. It's okay,
Build
you walk
something.
away.
that's a nuanced conversation. We'll not get into it because it comes from being able to have that risk-taking ability comes from privilege as well. in
Then
India.
don't talk. You understand, तेरी जगह तेरे को समझ में आना चाहिए.
I see where you're coming from. Fair.
Right? So you're sitting in a traffic jam and you're cribbing about it.
You are the traffic.
That is what it is, right? See, people don't understand because, see, most of the time what happens is, right, people are so utterly confused between right and privilege. So, as I told you, the words have meanings and context, right? If somebody who brought up in their house the difference between right and privilege, their life would be rather different. Right? If they understand that working at a place is a privilege, the whole tone is different. Now they talk as if it is their right. So you think that the guy who is very successful, he got stock options, don't you think that there are thousands of other guys who are more smarter than him? It all happened just because he happened to be at that place. He just got lucky.
Right place, right time.
Right. So how is that becomes a talent? So, right? So it's all misunderstood. See, people who talk all this, right? They think it's their right. It is a privilege. A privilege, they gotta understand what is a privilege and be grateful. So that's why you say, right? You gotta have that humility and humbleness. Like, you know what? I always said, man, right? If you're getting to work at Infosys, TCS, right? Come on. You're in top 1% of the guys who born the year
Yeah.
you're born. Right? You got nice offices, you got nice clients, whatever, right? So your career path. Then how many of the Infosys guys started 10,000 more Infosys? No. People can complain. People are people. That's what who we are, right? So it is the second nature.